Last night, Games Workshop did one of their Warhammer previews online from the Nova Open, and they covered some Stormcast reveals and some Blood Bowl stuff, and did some roadmaps. Thing is, I know not all of you like watching streams all the way through, so this is the Stormcast reveals cut down. There's going to be a separate video about the roadmaps, because why? I think that probably sums up the entire video, actually. It could just be that. And we're going to take a look at the Chaos Dwarves for Blood Bowl tomorrow. But for now, enjoy some tasty Stormcast reveals and some stuff that we've already seen before. The important thing, though, is the bird horses and their riders. And they're new. And they are quality. And yes, I know they're not actually called bird horses. Anyway. Okay, so, who is this again? Iridan the Witness. Iridan the Witness strikes a morbid figure from atop their Morrgryph Ariax. Bit of NB rep there. Before reforging, Iridan was an Azurite scholar whose memory became eidetic when they were transformed into a Stormcast Eternal. Their ability to recall countless years of military strategy proved a vital asset to Sigmar, but they were forever tormented by intense recollections of horrendous battles. I mean, that's badass. Like, this is really cool. The model's really cool. The background's really cool. I mean, this sort of thing, this does it. This does it for me. They've got a quality weapon. It looks absolutely brutal, but also kind of magical at the same time. The bird is stunning. Like, the bird is absolutely fantastic. I know it's not a bird because it's got 4 legs, but whatever. The hood makes it. The hood makes it. Might be one of my favourites for the Stormcast. There's like a proper menacing presence. It feels very cohesive. There's a bit of fire effect, which I'm normally not a big fan of, but I do actually like it in this context, because I think the kind of hooded executioner feel that they've got going on really helps. Really helps with it. The wings look really nice. I like the little bits of armour across the wings as well. The bird being hooded is... I don't know why it's so cool, but it is really cool. Yeah, I like that a lot. I'm not sure about that. Oh, is that a big wooden beam? I'm not sure about the big wooden beam. I'm not sure about that. It doesn't look like it'll be able to support the weight of the bird lion, the bird lion, the lion bird. But the overall pose is super menacing. That looks great. And I feel like there is the right amount of armor. Still looks like protected, but also still looks very light and capable of flight. I've got to say, I think I prefer this to Iona's Cryptborn. I think I like this more. I think I prefer the scaling of it. I think that might be part of it. Also, the axe is really cool. I could live without the little bit on the bottom, that little bit of flame motif. I could live without that, but the rest of it, super solid. And I can't get over how good that chain hood looks, gang. Look at it. That is great. It's awesome. Looks so good. And then we've got the old generic one. So we've got the Lord Vigilant on Morrgryph, which again looks decent. The alternate pose, the alternate head, makes a big difference, because the rest of the bird is the same, right? The rest of the bird is identical. Obviously, different colour scheme makes a difference to how it looks, but I think the head looking the other way, that is a big impact. That looks really cool, and it looks suitably, it looks properly differently posed, even though one bit of it is. Obviously, they haven't taken the picture from the same angle as well, which does help a lot. Like that often makes poses look slightly different. But I don't know. I think that works super well. I think that works really well. So the Lord Vigilant also looks really cool. I do like the glaive. The glaive is super solid. Got a bit of like fluttery cloak action, I think. Have we got a side? Yeah, we have. Yeah, got a bit of a fluttery cloak action going on there, which is nice. I like the fact the glaive has still got a bit of the magical fire stuff. The helmet is also badass. I actually quite like that helmet. That's pretty cool. That is a great model. That is a good model. I'm 100% going to end up with this. It's so good. Yeah, it is. Just the difference in where the head is sitting makes a huge difference to that. That's great. Love it. So we've also got the Lord-Celestant. So we've got it's Lord-Celestant again, but in Stormstrike armour, which looks super cool. I really like the cloak with the lion's head. It looks really cool. The massive two-handed hammers for the Stormcast are some of the best weapons that Games Workshop's ever made. just looks so good. Just a massive slab of metal on a stick. It's like the least, the least like refined weapon ever. It's just, here you go, Giganto hammer. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Lord-Relictor, again, it's an old unit, but it checks out. Just reimagined in Stormstrike. I quite liked the helmet when we saw it in the video, but I don't like the helmet now. I just don't really like it, I'm afraid. I'm not really sure why, but I'm just not a fan. The one with the hood looks a little bit better. Kind of. Although that kind of looks a bit try-hard. I think I like the hood, but I don't like the skull underneath the hood. Maybe if the skull was all filthy and dirty and, like, proper bone, and it had, like, edgelord tears of blood running out of the eye sockets, then I'd be for it. I mean, that's something I could just do myself. I do think if it was less white and polished, I think that would look better. Maybe it's a paint scheme thing more than anything else. The bones in the breastplate look cool. Again, comedically large standard, which the old Lord-Relictor also had. It's ridiculous. It's an entire person's skeleton on a stick, but encased in half a coffin, obviously. How's he even carrying it? He's just that hard. That's just what it is. But yeah, I like that otherwise. I do like that otherwise. I actually think if they'd just taken the parchment from the coffin on a stick and put that coming out of the definitely not a power pack, whatever that is, on the back, that would look better than the giant carved parchment look. Because I'm not a big fan of that anymore. I used to quite like it, but I don't really like it as much now. It just looks a bit too chunky, you know? Rest of it, though, rest of it, do like it. Grime him up a treat and he would be, oh, perfect. The Lord-Terminos, we've already seen the Lord-Terminos. I mean, it looks solid. It looked solid the first time we saw it. Looks solid now. The Reclusions, again, with their emotional support humans, absolutely fantastic. Love those. Did we see them with the giant hammers before? I can't remember. Either way, the giant hammers look great. The big mauls, the big two-handed mauls. They look like the, what are they called? The Celestial, was it the Star Maul or something stupid that the old Paladins had access to, but you only got one in the kit. They look like that, but not silly. And I say that as when you bought multiple of those and used them on different kits. They looked silly, but I still liked it. These look really good. I do like those weapons. The weapons look great. They look really cool. Suitably scary. Yeah, like them. The Paladors are cool. The bird horses, I'm just a big fan of bird horses, it turns out. If it's a bird and a horse put together, I think I'm in. I think I'm in for bird horses, you know? They got Stormstrike armour, so obviously the armour looks great. The standard, the pose on the guy with the standard looks fantastic. Really like those. Especially the cloth. The cloth at the front of the bird horse. Nice. Nice. Hey, that is a badass colour scheme as well. I can't remember which chamber that is, but that's a great colour scheme. I love the green. The green. The green, it's so good. Oh, yeah. It does make the face look a bit like Handsome Squidward, but the rest of the armour looks fantastic. Celestial Vindicators. Thank you very much, Alec Man. Yeah, those are great. Those are awesome. Oh, dear. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming, and I didn't want it to, but I knew it was. I'm just not sold on this thing. The Stormreach Portal, I'm just not sold on it. You know what it is? Actually, now that it's in front of us, right, the overall structure looks cool. The big braziers out the front look cool. I kind of like the sort of weird star chart celestial nonsense going on either side of the portal. The portal, maybe it's the colour, I don't know. It just looks a bit naff. But I couldn't really tell you why. It looks like, you know what it is? It looks like a flat painting of a 3D effect. That's what it looks like. It looks like someone has got a piece of paper and they have shaded something to look 3D. And it's really throwing me off because it looks like the portal should be going in or coming out. But it's not doing either. Have they got like a side angle? Okay, that's a bit... that is a bit better. it's not deep enough. It's just not deep enough. It's slightly concave, but it's just not concave enough to look convincing. It still looks a little flat. Yeah, I'm not... Also, the big thing on the roof looks silly to me. I'm not really sure why, but I'm not a fan of that. It looks like someone said, we need this to look visually more interesting. What do? We'll stick a bunch of spikes and a big orb on top. If it serves a purpose, then it serves a purpose. But it doesn't currently look like it's actually doing anything for the building. Also, the scaling feels weird. I think that's something else as well. The scaling feels odd. It's hard to tell just how big it is without a reference infantry model in front of it. But it feels like it's something that should be massive, but it's not. It feels like it should be like another third as big, but it isn't. I don't know. I'm not sure about this one. I'm really not sure about this one. The big old orb on top. I mean, it looks like a magical thing, but it doesn't look magical enough. I don't know how else to put it. It feels like it should look more magical. Like, if it had, like, tendrils of lightning or something coming off it, attaching to the roof or something. Like, it's like a locus for power. Like, it's a proper focus point. That might add something to it, but overall, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. And then we've got the battle tome. The art looks fine. Oh, actually, no, I take it back. I'm not a fan of that art at all. It's like the Skaven battle tome. It's just a bit underwhelming. We're going to move away from that. Okay, so this one, we're not sure about it. The Paladors, fantastic. Love them. They look great. They look awesome. I mean, we already knew about the Locrusians. They look great too, because we already knew about them. We already knew they were good. The Lord-Terminos, we love the Lord-Terminos. He looks fantastic as well. The Reclusiarch is okay. Certain aspects of it could do with being a little bit different for my taste personally. Like the big ribbons down the back, I'm not a fan of those. But the rest of the parchment is cool. And actually, the hooded skull face is growing on me. This, the Lord-Celestant, looks fantastic. The giant hammer is the way to go every single time. No further notes. And, oh yeah, the Lord Vigilant. The Lord Vigilant and Iridan stand out. Stand out models for me. These are the ones. These are the ones. The whole thing might have been slightly underwhelming, but these, they were great. They were actually great. They looked really good. Really, really good. Super happy. Super happy with those. Oh, yeah.